Hi guys, in this review we take a closer look at the game called Warplanes AR. It's basically a 360 shooter arcade game where you need to take down all planes in each level in order to progress to the next one. Now there are different weapons which you can unlock. You start with just a single turret weapon and you can unlock others as you play. This costs coins. After each round, you get a rank from 1 to 3 stars based on your accuracy during the round. Keep in mind that bullets are not sparse, so make sure you use them wisely. So let's begin and let's see how this game plays.
Of course, augmented reality, sure. Okay, I need to shoot them, right? Oh my god, they don't have tons of bullets. So... Oh no. Nice. Oh. Come on. What is this? Nice. Nice. Oh, it gives me... I'm dizzy already. Oh, okay, there's a radar there.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of 360 shooters. Depends how they are designed. This one gave me quite dizziness straight from the start. Here you can see the stats. There are plenty of stats that you can see. And again, the game rewards you for your accuracy. And I actually played quite bad, so I got only 1 star. Now the terminology is a bit confusing because what I play now is like a stage, and each level has 10 stages. So just it's kind of confusing when you see level 1 and you know that you progress. So just keep in mind that level is like a world and it encompasses 10 stages each one. Now the sound effects and the music are quite nice. They add to the action, and you can actually it helps you get into the action and enjoy the shooting experience, especially when you hear this metallic hitting voice hitting the airplane before it explodes. No, it looks very nice, and the explosion effects also looks pretty cool.
Easier, not this one, you see?
Now here I actually got hit by a bomb, so that some of the airplanes drop bombs, but you can actually destroy a bomb by eating it. So make sure if there's a bomb, it falls down to the floor, and make sure you shoot it before it reaches the ground. Then you don't get hit. Now I personally prefer having the planes floating in front of me and maybe circulating, doing something, but not always 360 degrees in front of me. But in this particular game you actually need to pre-aim in order to shoot the planes, but you can actually unlock some different weapons that makes it easier for you to shoot the planes. I'm just using the standard, and then I use the triple what is it called? Yeah, triple shot shooter, which it's easier to eliminate planes faster. There are plenty other weapons which you can use. They cost quite a lot. I didn't unlock all of them, only a few. For example, the paintball is actually quite cool. It shoots really fast, but the ammo costs quite a lot. So you need to play a lot in order to be able to unlock some of those more advanced weapons, or you can of course pay and buy it with real money from the shop if you want. So here I'm actually trying the triple shot shooter for the first time, and as you can see it shoots several bullets, but of course you don't have endless bullets, so just take a look.
Where is it? Come on. Oh no, it's on the other side.
So this is also something that is a bit confusing because the radar, the north is not moving, the compass, it just stays put, so it's quite confusing. To me, it was confusing for me to use. I prefer a rotating compass that shows the north where the north it actually is. But in this case, it wasn't the case.
Nice. Where is it? See you. And the last one. Be in the same place. I like it. this?
Yeah, as you can see, it takes time to get used to it, and I miss so many shots, even with the triple shot shooter. But again, you need to pre-aim, it takes time, and actually that's the fun part of it, you know, learning the mechanics and making sure you align the aiming right in front of the plane in order to shoot him down. Even at level 2, there's nothing really changed dramatically, and you know, it was really cool if there was like a new plane introduction in after a few levels, and of course if the structure where the planes are flying was a bit different instead of just flying around you all the time. So there are plenty of things that just make this game feel very repetitive and not in a positive way. Other than this, I also find the UI colors to be quite annoying, to be honest, and it's kind of an overkill in terms of all the statistics that you have for such a simple arcade game, and for some users it might be a bit confusing. So overall, what I like about this game, plenty of weapons to unlock. That's pretty cool. I think the extra statistics, some of you might like it, you know, having to see how good you were in a particular level, and the fact that the game emphasizes on accuracy. But when it comes to gameplay experience, I think that the gameplay experience was pretty poor. In augmented reality, I personally prefer having the action taking place in front of the user and making the animations of the airplanes, you know, a bit tricky to shoot. So this can be really cool, but just moving around 360 all the time, this is not a great experience for the user. At least it wasn't for me. For example, I would just make a certain one, for example, 2 particular airplane types that can just fly above the user and maybe pass around them, and this will lead to the user need to turn around and shoot it, but not all of the planes and not all of the time. One thing to note is that you actually don't need to rotate, you know, and search for the planes. You actually can stay just in one place and just look forward, but that's actually, you know, kind of ruin the experience, just waiting for them to come. You know, just want to search for them, you know, and shoot them down. So the game pace is actually better if you actually search for them instead of just standing and just waiting for the plane to come to your field of view. You can see me using the paintball shooter, so just take a look. It's actually really cool shooting with it.
Actually, it's just faster, so it's easier to aim it on. Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to get. And it's colorful, it's actually nice. Actually nice effect.
One last note, and I think it's kind of important, is you see I'm playing outdoors, and you know, some of you might play this game indoors, and in mind, the 360 design isn't that bad because, you know, it's kind of boring, you know, being inside your room and just playing with planes flying in front of you, especially when you want to keep the immersion and keep the sense of depth kind of interesting. So when planes are flying in front of you, around you, in a kind of a close distance, it's not that bad. It actually fits a room scale gameplay experience quite nicely. It really doesn't take for the fact that I felt dizzy even straight from the start. But you know, when you get used to it, you kind of pre-aim, so you don't get that, you know, too dizzy, because you just know to move a bit and just pre-aim in the right direction, so you don't need just to follow the plane all the time. So overall, it's a nice game. It's free, so just download, give it a shot. Maybe you like it more than I did, maybe not, but you know, it's worth giving a try in general. That's it, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm bringing more cool videos of me playing really cool air games. Until then, have a great week, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye, guys. Bye bye.